Guys, Dr. Cinema here. Now, before we get started, I know Quachi has been sort of missing a little bit. He's been going through some stuff. But I got a little visit from my guy, Buddy. It's Buddy. Say hi, Buddy. He's such a hilarious one. He'll pop up from time to time. Alright, Buddy. See you next time. Anyway, so it's the Valentine's Day week. So, might as well touch upon a movie that's sort of about love, but in a cynical way, because that's what I like to do. I'm so lonely. Anyway, there was a 1967 movie known as The Graduate, where a recent college graduate named Ben returns home and soon enters a relationship with an older woman who is married to who's married and is a friend of Ben's family. And so it's a secret love affair, but he also becomes interested in Elaine, the daughter of the woman that he's having the affair with. Now, this is a story that's probably been brought up a few times in terms of influential movies. However, what you may not know is that while it's probably happened a couple of times before The Graduate really popularized a certain cliche slash trope that's used in a lot of romantic movies, whether it be rom com or whatever. And that is the trope of bursting into a wedding, saying stop the wedding, or trying to break up the wedding and try to stop these two people from getting together. That was used in The Graduate right at the end, and was pretty much used as the big final scene of that film. But it was then followed up with this small short scene on a bus after the two of them, Ben and Elaine, ran off from the wedding and ran away together and get on a bus. They sit at the back of the bus, they think about what just happened and what this might mean for their lives, and they start to realize that they may be going down the wrong road and making a huge mistake. You see, the entire movie is about trying to figure out what Ben wants to do with his life, and it's sort of like a dark slash cynical coming of age movie for people who are graduating from college, with trying to decide what you want to do and try probably not go down the same road your parents did because you probably want to do something that's different and more unique. Although after learning things from Mrs. Robinson, the woman that Ben is having the affair with, it seems like he accidentally ended up going down a very similar road than the road she went down, where she was forced to marry her husband and has a seemingly nice life on the surface, but of course, obviously, Mrs. Robinson is not completely happy, and there is a lot of issues with that marriage. And he kind of, and by falling in love with Elaine was sort of, I guess, kind of not planned because Mrs. Robinson, the mother, keeps telling Ben to not date her daughter. So it's kind of like rebellion in a sort of way because at the beginning of the movie, Ben was a fairly obedient and kind person, but of course, with this new life experience, he's becoming a little bit more rebellious and stubborn. And so, with earning these more adult like characteristics, he ends up breaking up a wedding and running off with Elaine, which she does willingly, of course, because of stuff that happened prior in the movie about them going on a little bit of a dating experience. But of course, right when they get to the bus leaving the wedding, they've got these dark realization looks on their faces that they're going down the road that's really not that different from the road that Mrs. Robinson has been down before. And of course, we hear the iconic "Hello, darkness, my old friend." The Sounds of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel, which was used a few times in this movie to represent when Ben was like emotionally and mentally lost, not sure what to do with himself, and just not being in the great place that he thought he would be in this part of his life. And so while this whole breaking up the wedding was ultimately used to try to get people to realize that it's not the best decision to do something like that. A lot of more modern romantic movies like rom-coms have you sort of used it as like break up a wedding if you feel you're truly in love. And it has become a little bit twisted and manipulated, of course, in the years since then. But of course, while it's probably been used a couple of times before The Graduate, this is when it became really mainstream to use that sort of trope slash cliche. So I just wanted to give you the origin of that particular trope on this Valentine's Day week. Isn't that great to know? Happy Valentine's Day. Dr. Cinema, like, comment, subscribe, share. See you next time.